Hello friends, hope you are doing good. In this video we will be discussing about the organizational capability factors. What are these factors and how these factors will contribute in developing competitive advantage. This is yet another topic related to the internal factor evaluations. In the competitive environment, to beat the competitions, organizations must develop capabilities which will help them to understand the external environment as well as develop internal factors in such a way as they can become capable of competing and sustaining in the competitive environment, as well as it will help them to earn profits by creating value. In this video we will be discussing the capability factors that the organizations must have to develop the competitive advantage. As we have discussed earlier, internal factors, that is the 5M resources, will help organizations to develop competitive advantage. But every organization competing in the industry will have the similar 5M resources with which they will be also creating value for their customers. Then what makes all the difference? It is the organizational behavior, that is the know-how of the social behavior of people working in the organization, who can effectively utilize these 5M resources, which will help the organizations to develop strength. All these strengths will result into development of capabilities, and these capabilities will help organizations to effectively utilize all these resources, which over a period of time allow organizations to do something better than anyone else, which is called as the special ability or the special skills, that is the competency, and these competencies will help organizations to develop competitive advantage to win over the competitors. Thus we can say capability is the quality of being able to do something better than anyone. Capability is having the capacity and ability of effective utilization of 5M resources, which will result in development of competency and ultimately the competitive advantage. Organization is not just a structure where people are arranged in a specific hierarchy, but organization is a system which includes people, structure, resources, knowledge, culture, processes, policies, etc., which develops capabilities to the organization with which they can perform and can compete in the competitive environment. The capabilities are not just with the individual, but it lies with the organization through collective efforts of people working in the organization. Capability just not depends upon the technical know-how of the organization, but it also depends upon the social behavior of the organization. Every individual working in the organization has some or the other technical knowledge, such as someone is good at IT skills, someone is good at the financial management skills, someone is good at marketing activities, etc. Individuals working in the organization also carry the social skills like having the leadership skill, the team management skill, having the emotional intelligence to tackle social issues at the professional level, etc. Similarly, the collective efforts at organization level will also produce the organizational capabilities like Google, who is having the best analytical skills. Amazon is extremely good at customer analytics, etc., which is making these organizations perform better than their competitors. Combinedly, all these three develop organizational capability, which will make organizations known for what good they can do better than anyone else, which will help them to develop the competencies and competitive advantage. The capabilities can be high or low, and organizations must identify the low capabilities, develop them to have competitive advantage. Thus, each organization has financial capabilities, marketing capabilities, operations capabilities, personnel capabilities, information management capabilities, general management capabilities, etc. In these emerging markets, culture, collaborations, speed in agility, etc. can also be considered as the capability factors for performing in the competitive environment. In short, we can say capability is integrating knowledge and skills to achieve organizational goals. Let us discuss all the capabilities one by one, starting with the marketing capability factors. Marketing is all about understanding the customers, fulfilling their needs and wants, and creating value for them. How well you can do that will show your capabilities. If you are better than your competitors in knowing your customers and competitors and thus able to create better value, you will be able to win in the competitive environment. The marketing capabilities depend upon how your products are, like in terms of quality, varieties, product mix, positioning, packaging, etc. If it is better than your competitors, you are having the product capability to compete with the competitors. But just product capabilities will not be enough. You must also have the pricing capability, which depends upon your price objective, pricing strategies, or simply we can say how have you priced your products as compared to the prices of competitors. If you can provide better quality and still able to charge at par with the market price or lower than your competitors, then definitely you have pricing capabilities. Similarly, the place factor is all about availability of the product through distribution channels, transportation, so that the products are conveniently be available for the customers. Promotion capability is the ability that depends upon sales promotion, advertising to get connected with the large customer base, communicating value proposition to the customers. Also, how well you can collect the right information at the right time about the customer's expectation as well as market condition through MIS, marketing communication system, etc. will add on your marketing capabilities. Here we can mention the example of Parle-G, which is the best example of marketing capability factors. In my earlier video session on economic value added, we discussed that any organization which is financially strong, that is their wealth position is strong, can invest their capital in developing internal factors as well as can invest in the opportunities and can make more money, which will further add to their financial capabilities. But just by having their own capital or wealth position does not suffice. They also require or have abilities to effectively utilize and manage their funds. Here you can see the financial capability depends upon the factors related to the sources of funds, which further depends upon availability of the working capital, credits availability from the external investors, and availability of the surplus, as well as relationship with the financial institutions. As we said earlier, just by having funds will not be enough to develop the capability factors. Organizations, that is the people working in the organization, must have the ability to utilize these funds effectively by knowing on where to do the capital investment, how to do dividends distribution, as well as managing loans and advances to its stakeholders. The factors which are related to management of funds, such as financial accounting, budgeting system, tax planning, which will further add into financial capabilities of the organizations. We can even see the human resource capability factors depending upon how effectively the organization is working on job market to onboard talents, providing resources, training and development opportunities for better working conditions, etc. How well is the corporate image in the minds of employees based on the culture as well as performance and related reward recognition system, quality of managers, etc. Similarly, HR capability also depends on how well the organizations can manage industrial relations, union relations, employee welfare and security, etc. The operations capability depends on various factors such as the production capacity, layout and degree of automation, which will lead organizations to have higher productivity, lower per unit cost of products. Thus, they can have better options to lower the prices of their product and offerings than the competitors and attract more customers without compromising on their profitability. How well the organization can access to the suppliers market, customers market, and how well is the connectivity for the transportation of goods and services to the market as compared to the competitors depends upon the location of the plant. Similarly, the production planning process, material supply, inventory control, quality management, maintenance system, etc. are the factors related to operations and control system. Personnel, facilities, product development pattern, level of technology used in the production and process designing, etc. are the factors related to research and development system, which combinedly will add into the operations capability of the organization. The management information system capability depends upon factors related to acquisition and retention of the information. That is, what are the sources of information, which tells us about the genuineness of the information for relying on it, what is the quantity and quality of the information, timeliness of the information which can be utilized for strategic decision making of the organization. The factors related to processing of information depends upon the database management system as well as the technical skills and ability of the people to synthesize the information for its better use for decision making. Similarly, the information gathered, synthesized must also be preserved well and should also be able to retrieve and use the information securely and timely for faster and better decision making as compared to the competitors. Thus, information management capability will help organizations to develop competitive advantage. Factors which are related to general management system depends upon the ability of top management for designing the corporate level strategies, which begins with formulation of encouraging strategic intent. To support to the corporate level strategies, how well the SBU level, that is business level strategies are formulated, we should allow organizations to develop competitive advantage. Similarly, the factors related to external and internal environment relationship will help organizations to understand well on taking strategic decisions based on forecasting or certain assumptions. Now, once we have done with the individual capability factor evaluations, now we must rate them as compared to the competitors. How well we are at these capability factors. To understand, can we develop competitive advantage using these capability factors, or we need to develop these factors, etc. Here we will be giving ratings to all the sub factors of each of the capability factors as shown here. We will be discussing only 2 capability factors for our understanding. Here we are taking only marketing and financial capabilities factors for the discussion. So as we discussed in the initial slides, the organizational resources and organizational behavior will help organizations to develop the strength. So here, when we will be giving ratings to all these capability factors, if the organization is at a better position, having the strength as compared to its competitors, then we will be giving rating close to +5, which is the maximum. So here you can see for the financial capability factors, in case of sources of funds, means the organizations have their own sources of funds as well as they are having better relationship with the external financial investors. Hence, they can manage the funds as and when they are requiring. So we have given +5, which is the maximum, which indicates it is the strength for the organization. That means here the organization is better than any of its competitor. When we look at the ability in usage of the funds, we have given +4. That means here the organizations are better than the competitors, but still they have a scope to improve further, so that this strength can be further be developed. If you look at the management of funds, this strength is very less as compared to the competitor, but it is in a good condition. So we have given only +2. That means the company need to develop themselves on understanding and management of their funds effectively, which will further add into their financial capabilities. Now when we add all these given ratings, that is 5 + 4 + 2, the total becomes 11, and hence we can write against the financial capability factors as +11, which is out of 15, which means the organization is required to develop on financial capability factor further to develop competitive advantage. Similarly, when we look at the marketing capability factors, in case of product related factor, that is quality, variety, positioning of brand, etc., the organization is in a better position as compared to the competitors, so we can give +4 or +5 ratings. Whereas in terms of pricing related factors, the company's prices are far more than the competitors' prices or market prices. That means this is a weakness to the organization, so we have given the rating of -2. Similarly, in case of promotion related factors, the organization is not in a very good condition, and hence we have given -3. And to the strategic related factor, it is at par with the competitors, so given 0 rating. Now if we add all these given ratings, that is -2 and -3 will become -5, and adding +4, that comes to -1, which we will write against the marketing capability factor. So here we can clearly see that though the organization is having better financial capability, but the organization is failing at marketing capability factor, which is not allowing this organization to compete with their competitors, as they are not able to develop competitive advantage. Thus, This analysis is helping organizations to understand that the company is required to reduce the prices or at least match with the prices to that of the competitors, and the promotional strategies are required to be improved, which will help organizations to develop on marketing capability factors. Similarly, we can do the key factor ratings for all other capability factors, and accordingly we will be able to understand whether the organization is having strength or having weaknesses, and where the organization is matching to that of the competitors. So any place where the organization is matching the competitors or where they are lesser than the competitor is the weakness for them. The organization must work on it by means of developing and investing on the internal resources, so that the capability factors can be raised and their competitive advantage can also be developed further, which will help the organizations to achieve its strategic intent. Once the key factor rating to capability factors is done, now we can prepare a strategic advantage profile based on the total score obtained for each of the capability factor. Those factors which are in a better position as compared to its competitor will be shown with the arrow moving in an upward direction. Those factors which are matching to the competitors and not allowing organization to develop the competitive advantage will be shown with the arrow moving horizontally in either direction, and the arrow moving in the downward direction indicates that these are the weakness areas which is not allowing organizations to develop the competitive advantage and hence must be improved. The description given in the last column can help the organization to understand the area of focus for development or for sustenance of competitive advantage. I hope you have understood what organization capability factors are, how they are evaluated, what is their role in developing competitive advantage, and how to do key factor rating for evaluation of each of the capability factors for strategic decision making. In my next video, we will be discussing external factor evaluations and the related strategic tools. Stay connected. Thank you.